Alright, starting in a moment. Just have to bear with me for just a minute or two, and I will get started. I'm just going to be practicing on deforming some paper that I will be crumpling in my hands, so we'll see how that goes. A little worried about it. Haven't done paper being crumpled up into a ball yet, so that's going to be new for me, and it's kind of exciting. New things are fun. But yeah, I've done some pretty tough stuff, but a crumpling ball of paper, it shouldn't be too bad if I have my method down in my head. But we'll see. We'll see what this is going to come out to. So I'll start in just a minute, and yeah, see you in a moment. Okay, let's go ahead and start to jump right in. Alright, so I'm going to swap over to mainstream. Alright, hello, and let's see how this goes. More practice. So I'm going to try and deform this crumpling paper in 3D, in Maya, and it's a little bit scary. Oh no, my camera has a dead pixel. Well, wait, I knew that already. I guess I just haven't noticed it so prominently. Wow, that's pretty bad. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly set up a camera here, just a static camera, and then swap this into Maya, because this actually is going to be done in Maya by hand. I could do a couple point tracks, but once those corners disappear with the folds, they're not going to matter anymore. So I don't need them. Okay, now my camera. So I am going to find a frame where all the lines that I want are visible. Just going to scrub ahead, and here we can see this line here, and it looks like our only Z-axis line. Oh, we got some Z-axis line over here on the furniture, and we got our X lines and no Y lines, and that is fine. Actually, we have some Y line here with that same threading on the patio furniture, so this shouldn't be too bad. Now let's go to lens. I should put on a little bit of music. Kind of quiet. It's kind of bland if I'm not talking, I guess. Unless you like the soothing mouse clicks, which I'm surprised that some people said that they like. I like it. I just didn't know other people liked it. So let's head over to frame. Let's stick with 30. Lens tab. Add line, and we're gonna kick it off with a X line right over here, parallel to, and sorry, on X, and now parallel to X. And we might as well make the other line Z. I say might as well as if that wasn't the plan beforehand. Positive Z pointing towards me. Starting to get mixed up now. I've been using so much Blender lately, and it's kind of been messing with the axis lines in my head. Okay, so the other Z line is going to be right over here, parallel to Z, and let's get another one. And we got our two X lines. Let's just get a couple parallel Y lines. I don't know how much I trust these. I can't see the plate very well. I'm going to hit P, levels, and exposure. Up. There we go. Okay. And let's get the Y line here. I really gotta announce this live channel up on the main channel, and it's lonely. It's always lonely starting these off on the new YouTube channel. Gotta get some of those people back. Wait, I have 2 dead pixels on my camera? There's 2. That's not cool. I have to remove dead pixel on all my shots now. It's easy. Doesn't mean I want to do it. At least it only takes like 1 second. Alright, so we have all the lines we need. So let's see. I'm just going to hit F3 so I can watch this happen. I'm going to hit L, lock the camera, and watch this grid snap into place. So align. Magic. Now, so that is our camera on 1 frame. Wizardry. Oh, it's so bright. So P, I'm just going to go and right click my exposure, clear that. Hey, a couple more people popped in. Awesome. Good to see y'all. And yeah, so this here, this is going to be primarily done in Maya. I'm now actually done with my Syntheyes. I could scale this just if I want to keep good practice. Yeah, I'm going to scale this real quick. Just keep a habit of scaling your scenes. I don't have to for this one. I'm just going to deform paper, and it's for my own thing, just for practice. But what the hell. 3D. Come over and get a earthling. Let's scale them up to about 170. Just an average people height. And let's go whole. And so from my shoulders to my rear, let's go scale. Oh no, I scale the whole scene. Branching? Sure, why not? 3D, whole effects mesh is off. And now, oh, that's right, there's nothing to scale from the camera, so let's just move this up. I am going to take this dude, rotate him around, kind of at my angle. Syntheyes down on the floor, so he's kind of resembling me there. Now let's just adjust the camera until the shoulders match. I'm doing a little bit of a slouch. Bad habits. Okay. So that's probably fine for scale. We got myself sitting on the floor and everything. So we're good. I'm just going to delete this. And now, let me save this. Just going to save my file. Now that I have saved the file, and let's jump on over into Maya. Oh, one more thing. Again, good habit. I don't have to do this. I'm just gonna go to my preset, my black magic camera. There we go. Got that. And what did the lens come out to? 17. That makes sense because I think my camera is at its max focal length right now, and that would be an 18 mil. So that's pretty good. That's pretty spot on. Love lines. I love lines. Okay, so file, my ASCII. And I'm just doing this on my other monitor just because, you know, file names and stuff. So let me just save this out. And the settings. Okay. All right. Swap on over to Maya. And in Maya, all you're going to do, hit Control O. So now you are on open. My open window is on my other screen. Again, just file names. I'm keeping it over there. But all you have to do is right away hit Control V. You paste your path and hit Enter. There we go. Okay. Easy. Easy, easy Maya. Man, importing cameras and stuff in the Blender is so hard. I've been doing a lot of that lately on my own time. Hopefully I'll be comfortable enough to start doing a lot more tracking or layout stuff in Blender. That is a clipping plane. That's cool. But I'm going to select my perspective camera, come over and adjust its clip. Give it a couple extra zeros on the far. Good. Now, let's hide that. We don't need to see it. You really never need to see your image plane. It's useless to see in your viewport if it's from the camera. I have yet to actually discover a proper use for it being visible if it's being projected from a camera. Alright, so I'm going to split my view. Let's swap my camera over here. Now I am in territory where I have not really explored all too much. So at this point, if I screw up, hey, I screw up. See how this goes. Camera. I'm going to use a script I have to bake it. Bam, out, and get rid of this. And I might as well name this. Let's go shot cam underscore, what did I call this? PAP001. And at track VFX, we like to put the frame numbers at the end. So I'm going to go 94 FMS, 94 frames. Apparently that's useful for some people to know. I don't know why. And let's just let this cache. Give this a second. I'm really nervous to start this. I'm not super confident in this one. I need to shave my neck. And my chin. And some makeup to cover up my scratch. Alright, so now that this is playing, now on for the nerve-wracking part. First, I could build some geo out. It's not really worth it though. I might as well. I'm gonna drop in a plane, get some faces. Akam, hello Akam. It's been so quiet. I'll be streaming more frequently again. I'm fine. My move is almost over. I'm gonna be moving in, well, a week and a half. And then I'll actually have a dedicated setup, so I don't have to keep setting it up every time. What's going on here? I'm going to deform some paper. So here, use background. So I'm going, this is practice for me. I have some work coming up where I got to do, where I have to do a shot like this. So this is a warm up for me because I'm nervous about the shot coming up. I kind of replicated the angle and whatever for what I'm have to do for this work shot, for this client shot. So we'll see how well this compares to the actual thing. Yeah, I don't know how far I'm gonna get with this, but I am gonna get a start. Finally. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do paper yet. Paper was something I was gonna put off for just a bit longer. But circumstances have arisen. Alright, so here we go. I'm just going to jump right in now. So I need a plane for this little guy. So I'm going to go, oh, let's go wireframe unshaded. There we go. So shift, right click, and plane. And let's snap this over here, bring this up. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with the depth of this. So let's line this up. Let's hit 4. So let's line this up on 1 frame. And then I'm going to scale it back to be more reasonable. This doesn't need to be perfect. I'm not going to get it perfect. I'm never going to get it perfect. Now, let's go wireframe unshaded over here so we can see our stuff. And let's take this ground and actually put it onto a display layer, which I will change to template. There we go. So I can't touch this now. I don't know the difference between template and reference, because reference you can't touch or do anything. Template you can't do anything. I don't get it. So you see our paper is slightly passing through the floor. Let's scale it a bit more. And I'm going to turn all the divisions down. And then I'm going to delete the history. Okay, let's bring it back to the camera. I'm going to set the pivot over to the camera. Man, I wish I could just snap pivots like that in Blender, dude. Moving the pivot around with that stupid 3D cursor. I've been using a lot more Blender. Love it. I'll make tutorials. Do it, man. This is my setup. Do it. Yeah, do some tutorials, man. More tutorials out there, the better. If you start making some tutorials, if they work out, like, yeah, I'll put you on the other channels list on the Discord. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, I moved the pivot. So snap it to the camera, scale it up, and it looks like we're above the fourth thing. Yeah. There we go. This looks about correct. All right. Okay. Nervous part. Let's put some used background on the existing used background onto the paper. And here we go. Scared part. Check the photo. You sent the photo? Oh, your picture. It's different. Sorry, I have another display like right down here. It's hard for me to see. It's a little dark too. That looks nice though. All right, so now back onto the paper. Okay, here we go. So, I'm nervous for this. I gotta just start. So I'm gonna start with the top corner. So here, and I'm gonna go space, middle mouse, cluster. And if you try to copy me there, you can't because I set that as a marking menu. You would have to go space, deform, cluster. So I have a cluster now. And I can move this point. And I guess, you know what, on the streams, I think it's tough for people to see the wireframes. So I'm going to go to my display and turn my line width up to like 3, house 3. Hey, 3's pretty crazy. Hey, Akam, could you, I'll send you a Discord. Yeah, let's see it. Akam, hey, while you're here, what do you, and also the other 2 people here, if they want to type, you don't have to, but what do you think of this line width? Is this line width better, or is it like too overpowering? Because sometimes I think the wireframes appear a little bit aliased on stream. Hey, Epic Noob. Looks good. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I just don't want it to look like garbage half the time. So here, I'm going to lock onto a point. So here's a thing. People can't typically do this, I know, but I can actually take points and I can lock onto them. Oh no. Ah, there we go. So when I move this cluster, my viewport will always stabilize. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to block in a few frames. Okay, so this point here. Akam. Looks good. Awesome. All right, yeah, it's good to hear. I should have done this a long time ago. Okay, so there's one blocked in point. It looks like the paper... Does it lift? It kind of stays at an even height for this point. So that's how I'm going to treat it. You know, for this one, I am going to bring its depth down a little bit. Sent on my Discord. I'll check that one out later. Well, later. I'll check it out in like... I want to try and block in these 4 corners, and then I'll take a peek. I do want to give that a look. But no, if you can definitely like kind of spread the word on Syntheyes, and you of course you can reach a different audience, that'd be awesome. No worries. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so we have this, and it still doesn't look like the paper is really changing level that much. So I'm gonna keep this one going. Oh wow, this part's gonna get a little challenging. Okay, and crumpled up into a ball. There we go. Okay, so one corner. I'm just gonna go and quickly refine it now. So if I hit Q, I can hide that little manipulator tool, and I can hold Alt, period, comma, Alt, period, and comma will let you frame by frame like this. And if you keep holding Alt and use the arrow keys, you can nudge in Maya. In Blender, you can hold G. Somebody taught me that you can hold, wait, tap G and then arrow key, or hold G and arrow key. I can't remember. So we're just gonna do really fast and garbage nudge on this. What's kind of nice with paper is that it has to look best on the corners. If you're completely replacing whatever's on the paper, it's you're gonna be covering up the real stuff ideally. So there's a little bit of leeway for the inner parts of the paper. I can't see. Ah, there we are. So now, wow, this is this is gonna be so irritating. Okay, I'm gonna start from this side, bring that in. The motion blur gives me a lot of leeway. It's hiding all my mistakes. Okay, now there isn't much here. You actually can't really see this part. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay, so one corner. So watching this, hey, one corner of the paper done. And let's jump on to the next one quick, jump right in. I'm gonna select this point. I'm gonna stabilize it. Again, sorry, nobody will have this stabilizer script. This is special track VFX. At least how we have the script built, so I can't share that with you. If you want some stabilization stuff, on Discord I do have a if you happen to be on my Discord, I have a Matchmove scripts thing, and if you have any fancy scripts that you want to share for Matchmove or Maya or something, like toss it in here. This tools gives you some this shelf here. It's very easy. You just drag and drop it into the viewport and it's installed. And you get like stabilizer stuff like what I'm doing here. The special thing about mine is that it lets me stabilize on vertices. No worry. How come in Maya? Why you don't do in Syntheyes? Syntheyes can't do this. So what I'm doing is Syntheyes GOH doesn't really have. So I could GOH the position of 4 points, and then I would have to manually animate the depth, which I'm actually doing on the fly in Maya. It's just as fine to do it in Syntheyes for the 4 corners, except I'm going to be live building this mesh as I go. So to reduce the amount of work, because folding paper, a lot of work. So you start low res, start with one poly for the whole thing. one quad. Do the 4 corners, and then divide and do the next parts of the paper, and then you divide again. So you only start adding detail as you need it, but you can't live divide and add deformers and stuff in Syntheyes. This is something I wish I can do in Blender. One day I will find some weird hacky way to do it in Blender, I swear. So I'm locked onto this point. Let's get a cluster. Create. Alright, so same block. And this point here, though, I think this paper ducks down a little bit, so I'm going to key it. So it flaps back. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to flip the paper down a little bit. Line it up. There, so we got a little bit of depth in the paper. Let's bring it up here, just to get this snap. So there we go. We got the little whip in the paper. Looks like it comes up here. I don't need the depth of this paper to be perfect. I just need it to be enough so that the geo can get itself out of the way when I start to put other details, like this part's going to split and it's going to come down. Let's bring this one up a little bit. Can't even tell what's going on there, honestly. And crumpled. Epic Noob, what do you think about using lattices to deform objects in Blender? You know what? I tried to use a lattice in Blender. I failed. I thought it was easy. Let me see this real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna actually get rid of this stuff. Gone. Duh. And let's just quickly get some stuff in here. Oops, not that one. Along normals. And bring this up. Sure, get something. Let me just get a stupid looking shape in here. Oh no, that's okay, weird. Alright, there's my shape. Let's smooth it. And Control A, apply. Alright, lattice. Let me see. Let me try to fail this. So add modifier. I assumed it would have just been lattice. It wants an object. The vertex group, I could try that in a second. So, do I... See, that's... I just kind of assumed it was going to work like that. I've never tried or looked up how to use a lattice deformer yet. So I honestly don't know. It looks like it might want another one. Let me see if I can put in another shape in here. Whoops, back here. Ink dab. What is that? What does it want? Vertex group? What's... I don't even know what the ink dab, like, or what I don't know. Oh, do I gotta use a... Wait, is Blender smart enough to know that maybe a cube can serve as a bounding box? Let's see. So this... Nope. I don't know what to do. Wait, let me see real quick. I'm gonna really quickly find like a 1 minute long lattice deformer tutorial. Blender, lattice, tut. Okay, and 3 minutes.
Welcome back, everybody.
There's an option for lattice, so if you add an object, there's one for just lattice. Oh. Wait, what's that? Oh. Okay, let's see. Like that. Shift and... Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to leave some of it outside of the bounding box just because I want to see what it does. I want to see how it clips and if there's any cool things I can do with that. So I'm going to select this. Ooh. Hey. Oh, cool. It interpolates the outside. So if you add an object, there's one for just lattice. So shift and lattice. Oh, yeah, the shift A lattice. I like that it interpolates the outside because in here, if I make a sphere, oh man, I was about to use Blender, Blender stuff. So I would go space, deform, lattice, and then it's just already there. But if stuff comes outside, see, it does this. Which there are some uses for this, but it's not that useful. Yeah, so that's that. But this one just, yeah, that's kind of cool that it interpolates outside. Unless that's, hold on, let me move this way up. Let me grab up. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Oh, and it just blends right back out. Wait, does it keep going? Oh, it keeps warping too. Oh, you know what? That's pretty cool. That is really nice, actually. That's my favorite. And can I live add some divisions in this? Do I? Please tell me I can. Oh, so lattice. I have to create these as like right away, huh? Wait, what? Metoad. Hello. So the lattice here. So how do I give it loops? Oh, the modifiers change. Can I ask some questions about 3D? Yeah, go for it. I'm currently deforming paper. But honestly, you can ask whatever. If I happen to know something about something, I can either help you or point you in a direction. The green square one. The green square one. The green square one? What are you talking about? While you're writing your question, I'm going to quickly block in this point to add resolution. Oh. Greens. Oh, the lattice. It has a... Okay. What's that called again? Object data properties. Oh, cool. So this one, can I take an... Oops. Nice. And it interpolates it. It comes back... Oh, I hate this thing. Hold on. Sorry. Ooh. And can I take this and hook? Yes, I can. Oh, wait. Yes, I can. Wait, I can't grab this. Interesting. I can't grab the hook. Oh, sorry. I know why I can't grab the hook. I'm in object mode. Or I'm in that lattice object mode. Okay, cool. There we go. Maybe in object mode. Yeah, sorry. Mito, so I started learning Blender and Cinema 4D. 66 days doing daily renders for Blender and 44 days doing daily renders in Cinema 4D. Do you think I should stop learning Blenders and spend less time because it isn't industry standard like Maya? Depends on what you want to do. Blender is awesome. I'm doing something pretty cool in it right now, but I can't tell or show you what it is. But I'm using it for a client work right now. But Blender, if you're gonna do freelance work, like just on your own and find yourself some work, I would learn Blender. Put all the time you can in the Blender. Blender's only getting better, and obviously you're gonna save a lot of money. Blender can do a lot of things, but obviously the individual things that Blender does, it is not as good as other industry standard software. It does not sculpt as powerfully as ZBrush, nowhere near. The sculpting brushes are pretty awesome in Blender, but it does not have the power ZBrush has. You cannot do effects work like Houdini can. Character animation isn't as good as it is in Maya. Compositing obviously is not as good as, let's say, After Effects or Nuke. Yeah, if you want to work in the industry, definitely better to look at the software that specialize in their fields and have been doing it for years. But yeah, if you're doing freelance, Blender all the way. Unfortunately I've had some stuff that I've had to Blender, you can't really do match move in. Also, like, you have a camera solver in Blender, but it's terrible. But I also want to try and figure out some deforming stuff in Blender and try to get things going on my end there, because I'm always excited about where Blender is going. I'm super critical of Blender. I argue with people at Blender a lot, or about Blender a lot, but I love it. So this here, I hope that answered your question. I hope that made sense or was reasonable. Cinema 4D is awesome for motion graphics, I know. It has some great stuff. Cinema 4D, or Maya, kind of has a little copycat thing with Mesh. And you can do a lot of the array stuff that Cinema 4D is doing, but not as good. What age did you start learning 3D? Do you think 22 is too old? No, you're fine. If you're 22, you're perfectly fine. I started learning when I was, I think, 15. I fell into it completely by accident. I'm actually kind of amazed how weird it was as to what got me into video and VFX. But 22, man, you're fine. Also, this is like the best time for you as well. because everything you could possibly need to know to break into VFX is online, and most of it's for free as well. And the courses that you can buy, so much cheaper than school. Studios do not care. They do not care if you went to school. Ultimately, they want to see that you have artistic vision and you have the technical skill to operate the software. If you can like jump into ZBrush or learn some modeling in Maya, take that model into ZBrush, learn how to sculpt it, learn how to retopologize that mesh in Maya, learn how to, reproject your detail back on, texture it up, light and render it. If you can figure out those things, you will have a large, broad knowledge of how to do a lot of asset creation stuff in those programs, and that alone would help you get a job at a lot of places. Aaron, Milo or Milo, I can't. Sorry, I'm so tired. Hello, Mio Toad. I'm a graphic designer wanting to learn 3D, and graphic designer wanting to learn 3D. That's awesome. Graphic design is something that I really want to get into, but I don't have the time. So many things that I want to do revolve around graphic design or motion graphics. Like holographic displays, HUDs and stuff. But I can't do it. I gotta sit and figure it out. Aaron, it's never too late. Sorry, I want to read that in one moment. It's never too late. I started a degree at 28, and there's some great people in the industry that start in their 40s. Mio Toad, thanks, bro. That means a lot. Yeah, I know. I also know a lot of people who have started very late. It's a lot of people get very worried when it comes to age. I mean, there are some people who have never used technology all their life, and they struggle to grasp like the concept of the the user interfaces, and they just can't learn it because they've never been exposed. But if you're like 30, 40 right now and you've been using technology, you're probably going to be able to learn stuff and pick up like Maya and whatever if you sit and play with it for a month or two, and then be able to fully learn it within the next, I want to say, 6 months. If you sat and learn it, you would probably learn Maya good enough in about 6 months. And then it comes down to you honing your artistic skills and actually being able to make these polygons mean something. Make these polygons make people feel things. You're fine. 22 is fine. Can I share my Instagram if you would like to check out my work? I'm doing daily posts. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. Are you on my Discord? You can send a link on Discord, or you can set it on chat if you can. I don't know if chat will let you. It's up to you. I'm down. I'll give you a follow. I like seeing some works, but when I can, I'll give you a follow later. But yeah, I always love seeing people's work. I would love if eventually my Discord channel expanded beyond Matchmove, but for now, Matchmove is like the one thing that I'm like super comfortable helping people out with, because I really want to like see other people's work and talk about other stuff. Okay, I'm gonna leave this corner as it is. Oh, that's bad. Be careful of blurry areas like this, because you can see this weird looking corner. This is where the corner of that paper is. And so there's 2 corners. Now let's, you know what? Just because I'm a little bit slow, I'm gonna double time these points really fast. So grab this, and I gotta go back to my other shelf here. I missed my other button. There we go. And position that one. Okay, so this one I have to get the depth again, so we'll come over to this view. Mio Toad, how comfortable are you if I took a really quick glance of your Instagram on stream? I do want to see it, and if you're proud of your work, I wouldn't mind just showing it real quick, because I do want to take a really quick glance. But if I take a glance, I don't want to just sit there and like looking blank off into nothing while everyone's just kind of, hey. I could show some of my old terrible work. I got some terrible stuff, man. Not saying yours is terrible. Obviously, I haven't seen it. But let's be honest. Typically, people's work starting out is a little funny. I don't know what it is actually about some new work. When I see work from artists coming out of schools, and some of their work is a little bit like it's CG. I don't know what it is. It's fun to. It's really just fascinating to look at it and watch. So this paper is going inwards here. Okay, we're just gonna guess this point. There's no way we're gonna nail that. Wow, looks like it folds under. This is gonna be crazy. Remember, the paper is gonna look stupid at this point. We're just trying to make sure that the paper is in a space where it's not gonna look stupid if we start folding it amongst itself. Aaron, schools are expensive. If you have enough discipline to learn by yourself, that's always good. Yeah, schools are... I actually had to talk about this I think the last stream. But yeah, school, I have very mixed feelings on school. I'll say the good feeling right off the bat. The good feeling about school is that, you're going to make connections. You're going to make connections fast, and hopefully those people going down the road will remember you and be able to vouch for you in the future and say, hey, this guy was a good student. Did his work on time. But yeah, typically when you're in school, those connections don't help you too much when you're out of school, because they haven't had a job. They don't have a reputation yet. So it is very unlikely that they are going to help you get a job as connections. So to me, those connections don't matter much. You may have a good relationship with the teacher. The teacher might be able to vouch for you at their studio, or maybe maybe he knows people at other studios, he or she, whatever. So there's a good chance they can vouch for you. But that to me isn't a lot. And again, studios don't care if you went to school. If they see that you can do the work, you have the discipline, like Aaron just said, you'll be able to get in places. And when you get into your first studio, you're gonna, if you're a good person and you can communicate, be a part of a team, you're gonna build a much better base of connections than you ever will at school. So yeah, to me, the connection side of school just isn't that important. And I just don't think that you get the best education at most schools, personally, because a lot of teachers there, if you get a teacher who just teaches, this is just a theory, okay? And I do know it to be true in some cases. But some teachers, they kind of realize that the industry isn't for them, but they went to school and they learned all this stuff, and they've decided they can settle for teaching. So they're not typically as passionate about what they do, which means they might not be as up to date on new software and new methods and tips and tricks and whatever. So they're probably going to be a little outdated in the classroom. Now, if you have some people who, and a lot of teachers split their time amongst working within the industry and working, as a teacher. I like those people. That was every teacher that I had except for like one or two, and they were awesome to talk to. We got a lot of industry inside news. We learned about scripts that were being utilized within companies. And it depends on the teacher. With schools, it depends on the teacher. Except, no matter how good your teacher is, the classes are only going to be as good as... that's not the way to put it. Classes, they could be pretty good, but you're typically just a number to the teacher. A lot of teachers, you know, they have a whole class to talk to. They don't have a lot of time to sit with you one-on-one. So you really got to push yourself and try to learn as much as you can before you annoy the teacher with a question. Because sometimes it is one little thing that you're missing. And yeah, the teacher is there for you. But honestly, courses online are so well structured. Like Pluralsight, FX PhD, their courses, they're pre-recorded. The people typically rehearse them. They are all categorized by titles like Roto, whole section of Roto, all videos named by spline, by rotoing by eighths or by fourths or something. You got a lot of the courses online are so well structured. And it's cheap. It's so cheap. I paid $30,000 for school. I wish I hadn't. But I do like the friends that I've met. Man, I always get such a dry throat on stream. I need to like get honey. Say the biggest benefits of that through is the connections they give you. And that bit of paper can help get visas for working overseas. That's a good point. That's actually a great point. That's an oversight on my part because I'm Canadian. My throat is so dry. Aaron, I have the same thoughts. Nice. Epic Noob. Freaking Noman VFX school is like 80,000. 80,000. That's insane. 80,000. That's so much. Oh man. Yeah, I've heard some friends of mine who have just, in my opinion, got completely ripped off at school. That being said, there are some good colleges out there. There are some really good colleges, but there's so much resources out online. Some people also need a goal. Some people need an assignment. And a lot of those courses will give out assignments online as well. But a teacher is great for that, and it's awesome. It's awesome seeing other people's work, seeing how everybody else grows. Because all your classmates, you can talk to them, say, hey, how did you do that one thing? So, you know, it's not just you getting help from the teacher, it's you talking to all your peers. That was actually me in school. I actually didn't really do any of my assignments at all. There's a couple of assignments I did. I spent my whole year just studying. Because I heard some stuff. I heard some stuff midway through my first term at Van Arts, and I trusted it. So I just sat and I learned, and if anybody else had problems, I opted to help out people. Because if you're helping out other people, man, it's getting so hard for me to talk. If you're helping out people, it's a nice way for you to solve a problem before it happens to you. I do gotta learn to speed up my answers a little bit because I'm pretty slow. Also, I realize that I've been doing this one in the wrong orientation. So the camera is where? Ah, it's up there. Crap. I'm stabilized in this view. That's what caused it. Oops. Yeah, every time I framed forward and back, I looked over in this display and I didn't even notice I was moving over here. Much better. Oh my. Actually, we're not going to move this point too much, so we're just going to let it crumple up. Alright, let's lock it down. It's funny, I said I was going to be quick with these 2 points. I shouldn't be nudging this. That's too much nudging. You're also going to find that if you start low res like I'm doing now, the work is actually going to diminish every single time that you make a division. Alright, so that one's done. Did I just do all corners? Okay, cool. I did all corners. Okay, so now to add another division, I'm actually waiting for your thing to load a comm, if you're still there. Oh, weird. It won't go. Oh. The comment says that link you sent me doesn't exist. Okay, and now, next division. So, let's start with the far one. So I'm going to go multi-cut. When I slide across, I'm going to middle mouse, get a couple loops. Actually, let's only start with this one here first. So one loop. So now cluster. So here, we're just going to... There's not a lot of detail here for me to fully recognize this. So this looks like it's coming up. So here, I don't want it to pull outwards. I'm actually going to bring it in like this. Okay, now where did it come from? Let's bring it back over here. This looks a little weird. I'm happy with this for now because, again, this paper's got to curl up here. So the length of the paper is going to be increased once we actually get this bend in here. So I am comfortable with this at the moment. This has to come up. And it looks like we're going to keep this over here. Actually, let's bring it over here. There we go. Okay, so we got that. Now let's get the other side. And that was quicker than the other stuff. So you see, like, once you start roughing in the motion of things on a very low res base, all the in-between stuff you're gonna do, the work is just gonna get less and less. So I'm gonna select this point and I'm gonna stabilize. Why did I do that? All right, space, deform, cluster, key, and let's bring it here and keep it center line to the text. That's our reference. Okay, so zoom out just a bit, and I'm gonna watch the paper on the side again. Let's go block in the depth of it. So I'm gonna look here for the bend. So there's our bend. Make this part better, I'll come back to it. So I just joined the stream. What happened here? Hello, Milo. So what just happened is I did a whole speech. My throat got real dry. And then I slowed down on my work drastically. So that's where we left off. But here we're getting a couple more divisions in on this paper. So we are on our way. I am really excited to get the next division, to get this big bend right here. I'm actually really excited for this part. I really need to start. I need to get. I don't know why I get such a dry throat so easily. Also, I just kind of enjoy talking too much. But I'm learning that is problematic when you're on stream. So I think I'm gonna start getting like tea and honey, or milk. And yes, I said milk. Said it to be stupid. I know it's milk. Some people believe that. Some people believe that we actually say milk. Danasa, hello. Wait, sorry, Danasa, one sec. Milo, did you camera track this scene in Syntheyes first? I actually didn't track it, but I did do it in Syntheyes because in Syntheyes I did lines. Where are my lines? Oh, there they are. I did some lines and I got a perspective. I just got a still camera and I did put a guy here and I scaled it. So I did that and you could see that I have some very nice geometry here. So yeah, just so I can work within this, just so I can work within a space and kind of have a grasp of what the paper's doing. Gives me a sense of scale and where things should fold. Hello, Danasa. Nice to see your waving hand. I make such a bad streamer. I'm so slow, and then I start talking. But I guess that is the point of Twitch, is the communication. I should have been watching this. I didn't get the depth now. Oh, actually, that might be fine. Danasa, is this going to be a fully manual track? Yes. Something like this, the detail of it and the detail of this cannot be done automatically. Like, let's say with Mocha or Lockdown or GOH or yeah, you can't auto track this one. This is a This is a very manual piece of work. I actually haven't seen anybody do this. I don't know if anybody does this, honestly. Oh, that folds up. Weird. Oh, I see the paper line right there. So we'll try to keep that. Yeah, we'll just keep that piece of paper right there as it is. I was concerned that I wasn't paying attention, but I think it's fine. So again, we're just roughly blocking this portion in. There's not much we can do with it behind the hand. And everything's getting crumpled down. Cool. Okay, so that's 2 more points in the middle. So we're left with this for now. I would say this is done. Lame joke, I know. Alright, so let's get our next loop. Also, I should mention, this isn't so much me saying, hey, here's exactly how you do paper. This is how you do it, and I'm hoping to finish it this stream. I'm not. This is literally me practicing because I have a shot like this coming up on my plate at work. So I'm literally just practicing right now. And seeing what problems I can run into. I filmed this to match a shot. Alright, top loop. I'm excited for this loop. Below, so let me see if I got this. You're roto animating, subdividing each step. Yep. So now that I've gotten those points, I'm literally just going to add a loop. So here's our next loop. And now I have 3 new points to warp. So we're going to start with the top. Because see, those cuts, they follow the mesh. So now it's up to us to select this, add a cluster, and I'm going to lock on. Actually, we're at the point of this where it's going to get even more faster. Like, watch this. Because we've got more of the general motion. Oops, let's hide that. I made it sound like it was going to be lightning speed. Actually, let's just use the manipulator tool for this. Let's go find this frame here. So that's about there, but I want to pull this right out. Oh, that's about, oh, there we go, this way. Cool. Danasa, can you track a point/locator and stick a vertex on it? Yes, but for a shot like this, there's actually problems with that. It's hard for me to explain. Can I explain? So, if you tracked 4 corners of this paper, now I've crumpled the paper, and you maybe have lost your trackers. So those points don't help you anymore. And now we see other sides of the paper. So if you track the front of the paper, now new points coming on the back. So when those points turn off and on, it is a huge pain to enable and disable points, and you're going to have to double layer trackers, and that could get very, very messy if you're driving this with trackers. You're better off just to animate the points by yourself. It does not take as long as you think. If I wasn't on stream chatting, I'd probably maybe have this paper done in maybe 3 hours. So I see you're moving your points in screen space. Why is that? So I am moving in screen space if the paper does not push in too far, because the paper is bending. There is a little bit of that depth, right? Now I can warp the paper in screen space because it's not too damaging yet. But like you saw, I went ahead to these two keyframes here because there was a big significant bend right here. So I did make sure there was a little position here. So you can see at least there's a little bit of a blend. So I could be quick and come in screen space screen space nudge these frames here. And we met up with our depth. So now you can see this. So yeah, just a time saver. You don't need to be perfect 100% accurate for the depth of the paper. You just need to have the biggest bends there so that when I start deforming the other in-betweens like this, so that it makes sense in 3D space. Because you could see now we have our geometries actually, you know, the geometry is not folding into each other unnaturally. You don't want any of that. So yeah, I'm only doing it enough that there's no penetration. I hope that was a good answer because that one was a little funny too. I think I explained that one a little funny. I hope it was good. If not, you can tell me it was stupid and I'll try to explain it a different way. I honestly will. I'm always trying to find better ways to explain anything. So let's just go ahead with this one and we'll go ahead a few frames. Oh, wow. That is a big bend. Okay, so we're going to bring it over here. Let's bring it right down. Yeah, let's just tuck it in right there. Oh, I got lucky. And let's bring this back in space here just to kind of get it away from that. I don't think this point is that point, so I'm going to leave it in here, somewhere around there. My only concern would be the UVs. Will a texture stick correctly? Moving in screen space? Yep, it will. I do this all the time. I do deform a lot of paper at work. It's just not very often that I deform something crumpling. But yeah, it'll look fine. Because like grid warps like Mocha and Lockdown and whatever, they all do this too, except this is better because the meshes will actually accurately fold over, so you get proper layering of the texture. But we're doing just a simple grid warp, but we're kind of, you know, faking some depth of the paper. This is more work, but this is better. Ooh, that looks funny. What's nice about the motion blur here too is that when it comes to comp, you can't make out any of this detail, so whatever your 3D turns out to be, it's going to overpower anything that people might think looks strange or funny. Also, this is a very dark surface now, so you can't even see if anything's slipping or sliding. So that's still keeping that big bend, so that's good. Oh, I'm very confused. Wait, what? That... Where did this come from? Oh, is that the other side of the paper? Oh, that's the other side of the paper. I gotta ignore that. I don't even know what's going on with this page anymore. I'm gonna fake a point down here and hope for the best. Okay, this is kind of where you would just hope for the best. And I might fake some stuff with this texture. That's, yeah. Go forward and pray. All right, so I'm gonna leave that one. Let's go down a point. Desmond, hey, hello, Desmond. Been a while. And Milo again, great. Yeah, I hope that was good too. All right, so we got little mouse point now. So cluster and stabilize. And I'm just not even gonna do nudging on this one. Let's look for any significant bends. So it looks like his little paws here, oops, wrong one, are going to have to come over and meet up with the thumb, like that, this corner over here. So this point has to be close to this vertex here. Maybe a little bit closer to camera. Can you do that in Blender? This? No. I've been trying. So if I go make a plane, scale it up, grab, and lock. Okay, so... Okay, here's the thing. There might be a way with Blender, but it's going to involve joints. I think I have solved half my problem with Blender and warping stuff, except it's not a good fix and not very flexible. But let me show you my first problem. So ideally, I would block in my paper. Whatever I got to do, I would animate it just by hand if I needed to across the frames. Then I would want to animate the vertices. So at the corners of my paper would stick. So I could take a point, Control H, hook to new object. So I'll go this. And let's say I have some on the other ones too. And now we have these points here, so we can take these and we can animate them. I'm going to turn on record and hit play, grab, hey, points. I double animated that one. Why did I do that? Oh well. So we have the, oh, I'm in edit mode. So we have this. Now the thing with this is, I could kind of do what I'm doing with the paper. So here's one thing. I can go edit. Unfortunately, edit is going to take the mesh and snap it right back to how it was. That's one problem. So let's say I add a loop, snap it, let go. So now that I've gone out of edit, you can see that point has not returned to where it is. So with here with Maya paper, this paper is all deformed. I can go vertice and see I can model this. And I can do this just fine. And I can do whatever I need to do. Like I can extrude and stuff. Like, and see that extrusion follows the paper. This is why I love Maya history. Maya history is buggy at times if you don't know how to use it and gets a bad reputation in the industry. But Maya history is powerful. So, and of course, so you can see here, I can place my cuts, and you see I can see my cuts on the paper where I need them to be, and I place it and it stays. With Blender, you could see when I scrub, and let's say, oh, my paper's in this pose, I want a loop right here, so I go edit mode. Now the paper has changed. So now I can't model this if I knew exactly where my loops needed to be. It doesn't apply now. So, you know, again, I place my loop, right click, and I get out of edit mode, and those faces did not follow. So that is very problematic for me as a match move artist. That is the biggest reason why I can't really do this in Blender. At least not this method. So I might be able to do it like this. Let's see. And there's a problem with this, and you'll probably see it right away. So I've found out, I'm actually gonna, you know what, I'm gonna do this on a cube. Scale this up, grab, and isolate. So let's go inset, extrude, extrude. Extrude, scale, extrude. And now I want some loops. Can I have some loops, brother? And let's, whoops. Okay, so we have this, and I'm gonna go, let's go Control 2, get some, actually no, let's keep it low res. Gonna get rid of that. Control A, nope, get out of here. Okay, so I think I can live model on a rig, and Blender actually has a really nice way about this. So if I went and Shift, create an armature, single bone, and I should have actually just put the cursor there, but whatever, I'll move it manually. I really don't like Blender's cursor. I think it's stupid. I honestly think Blender's cursor is so stupid. And again, I've been messing with it for years, for like 8 years, I think it's been. I still cannot justify the cursor off of the easiest pivot snapping in Maya. So we'll take this, and edit mode, extrude, no. Okay, so I have an armature, and let's go select the mesh, Control P, oops, nope, mesh, then armature, Control P, with automatic weights. And now, you know what, I'm gonna select the armature, viewport display, huh? Wait, how did I do this before? I was able to get, I know I did this. I got the joints to display in front of the mesh, but I can't remember how. We could do it in pose mode. What? That's interesting. Oh, and then X-ray changes. Okay, that's annoying. It should, that's not predictable. Okay, anyway. Okay, so here we have this. I'm just gonna add a quick bit of animation. Let me undo that key. Actually, no, I won't. Play. La la la. Awesome. So we have my wonderful animation skills. It's so stupid looking. And with this, let's say I did a whole roto anim with this for a body, and this applies to paper too. So what's kind of awesome is that if I go into object mode, if I select this mesh, what is cool is that if I need to make any alterations to this, when you go edit mode, the mesh snaps back. So if I go 3, I could extrude this out, get out of here, and look at that extrusion. It actually followed and it kept a good weighting. It stole the weighting from the vertices it came from. That is very handy. So I could go and add whatever I needed, any extra geometry. I could go extrude, 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 and undo, and you can see it all just works. That's awesome. So now that I have this, what else is awesome is I can take the armature, edit, and now that I'm in edit mode with the armature, I can select more bones out of here and I can bring it out. Also, I don't have to have the bones attached. I could parent them a different way because there's a joint there. So I just don't remember how to do that. So I could take this, and now you can see that that bone has followed along with its parent as well. So it's there, it's in an okay position. And now I can select this, select the armature, go into, oh wait, is it armature and then this? Oops. Armature, then mesh, come to weight paint, and now I can select that bone, and let's say I wanted it to control this stuff. Okay, and now let's get out of here. Object, we'll head into pose, and I should just be able to, yeah, okay. Oh, and because I have it constrained like this, I can't grab it and pull it out. But you can see that I have all the influence I need. Let's go and do X-ray. So I have this, and I could have a tracker projected onto this mesh, and I can insert a joint just easily. And it's so easy to insert joints live and then have the paint in their influence. That is what I want to start doing with Blender and Match Move, is because doing rigs like this and inserting a joint with that level of ease, I'll be honest, it's easy in Maya too. And you can paint it in and insert live joints in Maya too. That's fine. But it's clean. It's so clean here. I will admit though, it is problematic in the sense where if I were going to insert a joint and I had to have it where the mesh snaps back and then I can't see what I'm doing, because like, where do I actually put this joint? Because I don't know where it lines up on the shot now. So that's problematic. So yeah, stuff like that I want to figure out. I'd imagine that I can place a position while it's posed and then find a way to get the joint to sit in place where it should and then paint the weights. It'll be annoying. That's some reasoning why I don't like blenders. Again, I did say this. I'm not the biggest fan of modifiers. I think they are very, very overrated, honestly. They are very powerful, don't get me wrong. Modifiers are fun. Blender makes it really fun. But I don't know, it just is not flexible enough for me. Just me. Because Match Move just is, with Match Move you're not really doing things very conventionally compared to other departments. It's all this stuff is designed around animators and riggers. Not for Match Move artists who are cheating any method that they can to match to a plate. Why am I here? I hope that was insightful. I see what you mean, but for a paper it's certainly not handy. Yeah. I hope jumping into Blender wasn't too like, we came here because you put crumpling paper in your title. Sorry if anybody didn't like that. I am curious, do people like enjoy tangents at all? I don't know, I like tangents. I like jumping topics randomly. I didn't key that at the beginning. My bad. Let's bring this up and back to the paw. Yeah, let's just bring that up to the paw. Love tangents. That's a sentence I actually say very frequently. I'm kind of a weird person to have a conversation with. I tend to jump tracks a lot. I've mentioned this a number of times on stream, but I have FASD. I have a weird thing with multitasking, and I will very easily lose focus on things. It's not something I can help. But yeah, when it comes to like just general conversations, I'm kind of a weird person to have a talk with. Because I will immediately forget the last thing that I was talking about. With this stuff, we're generally focused on 3D, so I can kind of keep it pretty safe when it's tracking Maya Blender. Ooh, exciting! Oh wait, getting into the exciting parts. I think that's gonna stay there. I think I'm gonna keep that right there. Actually, let's bring it outwards, inwards. Could anybody tell me if some of the music that I've played in past streams was like annoying, or was it like, was it nice? Like, was it nice to have a little bit of background sound on the streams? Or is my keyboard clacking all the noise you need? I want to find some music that's not annoying, but something just to fill in some noise. Fill in some blank space. I also like to listen to the music a little bit. That's just me. I like, because it's so quiet in my apartment right now. It's so boring. Alright, so there's that point. Okay, so we have, wow, we have a lot of major points in now. So this is going great. This is actually going really good. This makes me more comfortable about the shot that I have to do. Let's go down here. Stabilize. Cluster. Music was nice. Yeah, I kind of like the sound. I'll have something for the next stream. The streams will be starting up again at a higher frequency in a week and a half from now. Because I'm moving in a week and a half from now. Next weekend, I'm going to move, and I should have a more permanent stream setup. So it's going to be a lot easier for me to do that. And also, oh, I started a cool tutorial. Okay, I started a few tutorials. I hate that I didn't finish them yet because work just kind of bogged me down, and I started too many at the same time. So I kind of lost track of it. But I started planning a new one here that I think is really cool. It's Z-Repo. It's you repositioning people in space. And I have a really cool shot for it, but I don't know where it is. So this point, as I've been watching, it doesn't look like it really jumps extremely away from the center point of these two corners, so I've just been screen spacing it this whole time. I got very lucky with it, but it looks like this point here might come up a bit. So we're going to bring that one up a bit here. And this point kind of comes and meets this corner. So let's bring this up. Let's bring this up too. That's a little bit extreme, but these points are making a clap there, so. Whoops. Of course, when I start doing the actual shot, I will be putting a lot more work into it than just that. Okay, let's see this. I'm excited. I am very excited to see stuff like this that actually kind of looks like it's going to work. This is such a good start, man. This makes me really happy. Okay, next loop. Let's do the bending down here. This looks pretty good. Cut. And stabilize. It's satisfying watching the form just slowly take its shape. Oop, let's zoom in further on this one. Get rid of the manipulator. Oh, I didn't even key it. That's why. Okay, it wasn't even keying for me. The more that I go with this too, the more that I won't have to worry about the depth, which is awesome. That's not keying like it should. Why? Oh, no. I was... Okay. No damage done. I was keying the wrong... I was keying, trying to key the vertice. That was dumb. Danasa, what animal is that? Is that a... Yeah, what is this? That's... that, actually makes me think. I wonder if it's... Wait, is my desktop audio working? It makes me think of this. Wait, come on. Okay, what's that?
She's a wolf in mouse clothing. The mouse's ghostly howl stakes claim to...
Anyway, sorry about that. But that's what... I think that's that thing. What is... Long... Oh, it says it. Long-eared... Oh, come on. Long-eared jerboa? I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry I made you watch that. Okay. So let me... let's see. Let's get this paper here roughed in. Okay. That just happened. Alright, get this point here. Let's just get this point here locked in real quick. And I don't think this point has changed too much between these two. Again, the more paper, the more that we get into the folds, the less that you have to worry about the depth of these points. I don't know which line of text it lined up to, but it doesn't matter. There's no way that you can humanly distinguish that. Well, yeah, there's no way. Not even going to say well. This point, that looks fine. This point, this looks so discouraging when you see the mesh at this stage. And that one's done too. Crumple up into the hand. Alright. See, that one was fast. So you look at it now. This is starting to happen. Next point. Stabilize. So now we can take care of this one here. Oh, this one's on another pretty significant bend. Oh, wow, the paper rolls. Crap, that's challenging. So you can see this crease here, it rolls to a different part of the surface of the paper. That is a headache. What time is it? It's 1:40 a.m. for me. Okay, let's get started and get another cluster going. Key the cluster. And let's go for it. Let's hide that. Here are my machine gun keystrokes. Nope, that's too far. Too lazy. Let's just keystroke this part. Yeah, this part's moving fast enough that I'm comfortable just using my mouse. So this part here is kind of level with the paper. So I'm going to make sure that is... See, it's level here. Eventually, this geo here is going to get a fold, and it's going to wrinkle right down inwards and form that dip. So I like that this is level with this corner. Jamal, Jamal. Hey, Jamal. It's been some time. Hope things are doing well. And give me another phone shot to track. Here we go. Hey, Milo. Sorry for that mistake. Alright, so that's done too. Got our crumple. Alright, another point done. See, it just gets quicker and quicker. So I'll take this point, stabilize, cluster, hide that. Let's see how much we can do with nudging. And now the paper's moving a bit, so I'm just going to grab it here. It doesn't look like I need to worry about the depth of the paper here as well, so I'm just going to screen space it the whole way. I don't even know what's going on there anymore. Hi, Jamal. All good. Something that I should just show for fun here at this stage. Let me... Oh, I should save this. So, the other thing that's nice about, like, me avoiding... See, with Blender right now, if I took off the smoothing, what's the disappointment is that the points here, like, if I spent all this time match moving this point right here, and then I go to smooth it to fill in the in-betweens, you smooth it and you lose those corners. And the subdivision in Blender does not do a linear smooth where you preserve the original point positions and smooth around. Can I grease pencil this? Hey. Love that. So yeah, the smooth in Maya, I can get it to keep these points still, and then the mesh will form its divisions outwards. Love that. How do I clear it? Wait, did it come up as a new thing? I've actually never used the grease pencil before. Am I stuck with this? Let me just undo it. I have to look up grease pencil more. Okay. So yeah, with here, so let's say if I smooth exponentially, which is what Blender does. So I hit 3 and look at my points that I worked so hard to match move. They're gone. So the paper looks cool, and I could come over to smooth mesh, display the loops. So here's our mesh right now. This is exponential smooth though. This is bad. So the points, you could see here, this point here that I tracked and made sure that this point was steady. You smooth it, it's gone. All the points are gone. But what you can do, and this will also look funny, I'll explain why in a moment, but you can go shift, right click, smooth, and then options. Now exponential smooth, this is what happens when you hit 3 in Maya. I can go to linear, and linear will look the same at first unless you turn push strength up. So I can go smooth, and it looks funny, but the original points are still there. So if I come over, where's push strength? Poly smooth, here we go. So push strength, if I turn it down, you can see this is what exponential smooth gave me. But I turn push strength up, and the original points are preserved. Which means if you got your divisions far enough, see, this point sticks, and these points will do a better job at guessing where they need to be. So you can see some of these in-between divisions, they're like 50% done already now. So I won't be going into like hundreds of little divisions, but you could see where this is going at this stage. So I'm going to undo that smooth. Get that out of here. How far do I got to go? Don't tell me I got to undo all the way back to the moon. Don't you tell me. Don't tell me I lost it. What is all these undos? Don't you dare, Maya. Please. What is this? It has so many little moves. What is this? What caused film offset? It's my... I don't know. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I was about to have a heart attack. I can recover this mesh if I lost my undos. I can recover this. It's just a little bit irritating. Okay. I hope this isn't boring. I'm surprised that there are 6 people watching this. This is slow. Okay, so where was I? I was at... What's the last cluster? Ah, this point, yes. It looks like I'm ready to add another loop. You know what? Let's do an exciting loop. I'm gonna do a loop that I think is gonna be exciting. I'm gonna add. I think one of the most detailed loops is this one right here. So let's start at the top and work our way down. So stabilize here. And cluster. We need to get Matt Merck streaming. I really want to see that guy stream. he put that up, right? Like he was thinking about it on his Discord. I think I commented on that, said yes please or something. He puts so much like value, like work into his editing, his tutorials. I think he would have a great time just sitting down and casually tracking on stream and talking to people. I think that would be a fun time. This page looks like it will bend ahead a little bit. So I'm gonna blast backwards a couple keys. There we go, I got that curve and I don't have as jarring as a jump. What is that? What? What is that? Is that this? That must... What is that? Oh. Okay. Okay, that's working. Oh boy, that's not working. Actually, that mesh needs to go back a little bit. This looks like it's just the part where the paper's gonna get bent over. Giggity. Yes, I said that. Did that feed through? Okay. I can't click it now. There we go. I can't sass. I can't sass very well. I can't sass professionally. Let's see. Oh man, that's oh crap, that's gonna be so tough. Nombel, hello. Are you interested in tracking and match move, non-bell? Because that is what we are doing here. Trying to do some deforming, crumpling paper. And I am just just in the middle of, kind of at the halfway point of it. No. Alright. If you don't know what this is just, I have a client. I have some client work to do at work. Someday coming up soon. And the idea is, it's for a TV show. The actor is crumpling up some paper, and they gotta they gotta replace the image on the paper. So I gotta do this. And so that they can actually put the picture onto their paper. It's very irritating. I am wanting to get into digital art, but just found this. Yeah, this is what allows you to put your digital art into footage and stuff. Yeah, tracking and match move is, it can be very easy, but it can also be very tough, depending on who's helping you. But yeah, if you want to be able to integrate your CG, your art within your footage and your shots, you got to learn how to do stuff like this, tracking and match move. And again, this is just a very hard instance. This is a tough thing to do, so don't be put off by this. Yeah, I don't know. I know some people have gotten put off seeing stuff like this in the past, people I've worked with. Okay. So now, oh man, I'm a little concerned about this bend. Let's start down here. Yeah, let's start with this one and work our way to the middle. This point, I'm not too sure exactly where it goes. So I'm gonna go with this one. Stabilize. And cluster. Awesome. I really like nudging. Nudging is super satisfying. And you could see it here sticking with text. Plain as day. Alright, now I'm just going to start to nudge this manually. Oh, you can see I did jump track here. This point here jumped up a line of text. I don't know if I'll fix that. Okay, so here, now this is where we get this giant crevice in the paper. So in 3D, I have to come and pull this point down and actually form that big gap in the paper. So now that we got this gap, I do gotta blast out a couple keyframes over here. There we go, look at this. That looks awesome. We got some folding paper. Love that. Love folding paper. Shut up, Calvin. Okay, so come back here, and now I gotta refix these frames because, you know, I blasted those keyframes out. But we're gonna keep that depth, which is nice. You can see the depth is still sinking in, and we are adjusting this. Ooh, I cannot see where that needs to be at all. I think this needs to be over here, so we'll drop this down here. Good. Ack. Hey, that point's done. Alright, you know what, just for the sake of it, or just for the hell of it, with this curvature, I do want to see what a smooth... we should probably do one more point before I see what the curvature looks like. Yeah, one more point. Okay, this one. Stabilize. And make a cluster. Man, somebody just used the service door outside my apartment, and it nearly gave me a little heart attack. I've had people accidentally walk into my place if my door's been unlocked because they mistake the service door with my apartment door. I've had like somebody clean walk into my living room. That was terrifying. Super funny though. Fun people. It's just fun to laugh at afterwards. Okay, so I'm gonna... Oh, I should start back here actually. Let's get rid of these two keys. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get this giant fold. That's a bit extreme, I think. Let's bring it up a little bit. There we go. And now we can adjust it here again, and we're going to keep that depth. Okay. Okay, cool. So, we have this. Oh man, that's kind of exciting. You can see that fold is starting out here. This is gonna start looking cool soon. So here's where you especially see the problem with exponential smoothing, because if I go smooth, we look at how massive a difference that this point here just gone. So now if I go smooth, linear, we kept those points and we have the big dips. Also, just for fun, let's go and turn the divisions up. And yes, the topology looks a little bit funny. That's normal for now, and there is a fix for that. But looking at this though, look, like it's already starting to stick. Like it's already starting, like you could, if you didn't have to comp an image, let's say you needed to put more text, but you wanted to keep this text. That would be tough because you'd want more detail in your match move. But if you were just replacing this whole image, you're kind of getting to the point where you can totally just use this mesh already. Like it's like this is working out, man. I'm excited. Nobody else is excited. It's just me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna assume anybody's stance on my match move. But yeah, this is a... Oh no, I gotta do a whole bunch of undos again. Well, what caused that? Vertical film offset. It's moving it. Okay, it's the script. That's annoying. Let me just undo this 1,000 times. Come on, let's go. Almost there. We're getting close. Come on. Okay, fast finger. That was a sentence I likely won't repeat. This stream, anyway. I am super glad that I turned off the... Yes! Yes, there we go. Okay, we're back. We're back. I need to remember, I need to turn off the stabilized script before I smooth this. No more of that, because that is irritating. Alright, so, back to the paper. Oh man, I wish Maya could just, if I hit 3, don't give me this exponential smooth, give me a linear smooth. I wish I could just have that. I've double checked this a million times, but let me just make sure there's no setting for that, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of this is what I want. Yeah, I'm pretty certain none of this. I've played with every button here. Also, I think I've looked it up elsewhere too. I'm pretty sure you can't do it. I think it even no, actually, it specifically says in Autodesk's manual that you can't do this. That's okay. That's what I remember. They call this hyper tap. That is a much better word than that was a much better choice of words than mine. All right, so let me pick another loop. I do gotta add this loop actually. That loop concerns me because I don't know what it does. Let's just see. This is disgusting. What's the next best part? Let me get this stabilized off. This is making it hard to see. Okay, when I actually have to do a shot like this for work now, in the next couple of days, I can see paying attention to the detail is going to be a bit of a challenge. You know, okay, here's actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to make another loop and get this bend right here. Because this stuff, I'll come around to it when I start adding more loops, like the one I'm about to add right here. I'm actually going to add, I've been adding my loops at the beginning of the shot. You know what? I'm going to keep adding my loops at the beginning of the shot. Right here. I watched that text. So hopefully this loop, its position is good. I'm actually going to take this point, slide it over. Let's keep other points centered if we can. Actually, let's keep even geometry. I wanted to line it up with the text edge, but let's just middle mouse button. There we go, even space. Cluster. And let's line it up down with this, with the paragraph lines. Okay, so I'm not... That roll, that's going to be irritating. What is the best way to do that? I'm going to pretend that right here... Actually, yeah, we're going to make a prediction here. So I'm going to come and grab this point here. I'm going to go ahead to where that roll happens across the text. I'm going to bring this edge up. Flush it with the top. Okay, now we're just gonna advance and hope. There is an actual setting in Syntheyes. Where is it? Advance and hope. Literally, yeah. Get out of here. All right. Let's see. All right, crumpled. The The space, that edge, that is a very concerning amount of space. That doesn't look natural. I might have to... Here's where we could take this point. We could lift it up. So let's say I like the space here, right? So I'll go cluster. I'll make a new cluster. You can keep placing clusters on your points. And I'm going to go to a point of the shot where I'm kind of okay with it. Well, actually, there isn't a point where it's okay again, so I'm just going to come right here. Wait. Extreme stretch. Bring it up a bit. There, it's not so exaggerated. And probably more, that looks more natural. Yeah. I was way too extreme with the bend in the paper. My bad. So just make sure it sticks with the text in between again. Can't see what's going on, and looks like here we can again. Let's see, is that crazy? Little stretch, but that's not too bad. That's not as bad as it was. All right. I guess oh yeah, in that paper, in that cluster, I don't have to do anything at the beginning. Oh man, you know what? This would make a fun loop right here. This is gonna be a cool one. I still can't get over there's even 6 people still watching this one. This is so painstaking to me. Can't even imagine just kind of sitting and hoping for a result. Okay, so I'm so tired. I just got tears in my eyes. That is sad. 30 more minutes max. So I'm gonna see how much of this I could do in 30 more minutes, and then I might continue. I might continue this paper. I think I will. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm actually having fun with it. I think I want to finish and see this paper through. So yeah, I think 30 minutes. What time is it? 2:09. Remind me to stop streaming in 30 minutes.
Okay. Added.
Oh, okay. Oh, I gotta stabilize on this point. Alright. Dog paw. So there's a little bit of a fold here coming up. So I'll come over here, a couple frames ahead, and give it a lift. Looks like I might want to give it another lift again here. Maybe not actually. That looks pretty good. I like that height. No clue what it's doing here, so I'm just going to fold it under and compress it under the palm a bit, maybe. Yeah, because like if you look at this, it looks like we're kind of getting the actual like pocket for the hand to come and slide in here. So it looks like this is working out. Oh, can we see the dog paw? Did the dog paw come back? No, it's somewhere tucked over here behind a roll. Let's bring this point extreme way over here. Actually, I think that's pretty good because the paper is getting folded here as I crunch it up, so I think that makes sense. I think I got lucky. And we can use this corner to fill in this bit of geometry, so that works out. Oh, I can't even see it there because my use background, so I'm gonna hit 4 on my keyboard. A lot of lines now, but that is fine. I don't know what's going on here at this point. Okay, let's see, where are we? So at that point, I'm going to be impatient again and do a quick smooth because I just want to see what this stuff looks like smooth. It's always fun to see. I'm going to save this, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn off this stupid script now. Now we're off that, so I shouldn't have to do a million undos. I'm going to do this. So here's my little fix for that weird issue. Actually, it's not the exact fix for reasons, but you could extrude, oop, not that, we'll offset this. You could extrude a couple edges out. Now, extrude again, offset it out. So this edge here, whoa, oh no, what did I do? Did I just undo, did I just take off the history? Yeah, I did, I deleted history. Actually, this is something that I would do for comp artists. A lot of artists, and this doesn't just apply to paper, but a lot of people like when their match moves extend a pixel or two over the edges because you can roto things off easily. But if you don't have enough CG, if you don't have enough mesh on top of your subject, it's harder to extend something than it is to roto it out. So it's nice to, I usually give people a little bit of overhanging geo so that you can clean up your edges and position things as you will. So this large wad of geo, that's only there because when I do a smooth with linear, it typically acts as a buffer and gets rid of some of the weird corners, but you could see here it did some funny things. That's because the edge flow didn't work properly. I wonder if it's worth me taking... You know, I'm going to show something real quick, actually. I'm just going to show what I do. This is very irritating. This is where Blender has a really nice grid fill thing. Unfortunately, Maya doesn't. So this isn't that complicated, so it's not too bad. So I duplicated the geo, scale it up, and this here is only a live surface. So I'm going to call it live surf just because I want to remember it. And I will make it live. And now go back to this geo. And I'm going to go quad draw and start to, actually let's go like this, this, death, death 2. Okay, and bring it out. We are only extending this geo because it has a nice polyflow this way, and you'll see it's gonna help. It's gonna help my smooth. I only do this at the very end, but yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, to see what it might look like. Just to be safe, I could extend it one more. You know what? I'm gonna extend it all one more level. And I could extrude... You know what? Extruding this might have saved me history. Crap. Okay, we're doing this a better way. Sorry, what a waste of time. Okay, I gotta get rid of this surface for now. That was so dumb. Let me take this. Oh, I gotta do this individually. Okay. Extrude, offset. Extrude. Oh, offset. Oh, this is way better. Offset. This is so much better than how I did this before. And now, come back up. This is going to save me so much time in the future. Cool. Okay. Let's just get... Man, I didn't even need my surface. Okay, that was so stupid. I could have been doing this forever. So now we have this interpolated geo. But now that we have this, because we have a buffer of a couple faces, if I go smooth now, so you could see that the rounded corners happened way up here. It didn't ripple down here. So any of the funny geo that's happening right now is because I didn't finish or clean the geo. So you got some kinks here. That's fine. That's my fault. So now that we have this, let's just go and yeah. Actually, if I'm going to select this, let me try something different. I want to try, this is just for fun. I'm going to go and select the edges. Now if I go control, 2 edges, no wait. Oh, 2 edges, 2 contained, nope. 2 faces, 2 contained faces. Aw. Okay, I don't know how to do that. So let's just do this. And select invert, delete. And typically we would be left now with a smooth that doesn't have screwed up edges. And now I can hit this with a soft smooth. Let's turn its division level down a bit. Also, let's hide this background and color this. Why did I do that? What's a good color? Red? Sure. Oh, this looks cool. How much time do I have? Where's my timer? Open clock. Oh, I set it as a reminder. I didn't set it. I should have set a timer so I can see it easier on an iPhone. Okay, so let me see this over here. It's pretty cool. I'm just kind of thinking in my head, is there easier ways to do this now? See, what's kind of cool here is that depending on who's doing this, like you could see that it doesn't stick on areas that I haven't touched, obviously. But this is where I would probably try and make the case to some clients about, hey, maybe this is at a stage where you can just texture my geometry, put some bump mapping on it to fake the wrinkles, and then just use this, render this, make this your paper. And instead of wasting all this time on match moving this, because I personally think that it is easier just to apply a normal map, I'm going to say height map. I think it's easier to apply a height map for wrinkles, and then just to toss in the light, and I don't know, I think it's easier. Maybe it's not. I know it's actually pretty easy for comp to go and extract the lighting out of there, and yeah, different kind of difficulties, I guess. I shouldn't be claiming to know something I don't know anything about. I don't know, I've had the benefit of working with some people who just work wonders in comp, so maybe I just have it good. Okay, let me undo all this. And thankfully, the undo isn't so extreme on this one. Back to normal. Get rid of this. Once again, you would only do the smooth, the final smooth, once you get further along. Like, I want to get more divisions done manually and tweaked. And then at the end of it, you know, if you need extra deal, you need to smooth out your curves, you would apply smooth. I am very tired. I actually don't think I'm going to continue this. I think I'm going to stop the stream here now. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm so sleepy. Does anybody have any questions about this? If anybody has any questions about that, now's your chance. Oh, I wish I was better in Blender. Inset. Now, can you alt inset? No, you double tap inset and then you get your faces. Cool. Control B. Does Control Alt B do anything? Wait, what? Oh, wait. Oh! You can select the face, Control, and it'll find the nearest faces. Whoa! Whoa! What? Hold up. That's kind of cool. Okay, grab one face. I was trying to realize how to grab edges like this. I didn't realize that you can select any face and Blender will find the shortest path. I've heard of this. I didn't know that's how you do it. That is so easy. That is awesome. That is really awesome. Whap. Okay, and bring that in. Douche. Okay, let's see. Sorry. Aaron, get some sleep, man. It's like 2 a.m. there, right? Yeah, here it's 2:30 a.m. Milo, how would you do this without Maya? What other software would you use? Okay, so Maya is the only program that does history like it does. Maya is really powerful for rigging, and I think it's because it's history. History is very flexible and it doesn't damage too much if you know what you're doing. History is also very buggy. If you don't know what you're doing, it's terrible. A lot of people pick on history. I would argue that those people don't know much about the history. I shouldn't say that. You can know a lot about history and Maya will just suddenly shit the bed. But other programs that I would do this in, I want to say I would attempt this in Blender, but I already know Blender can't do it. I want to say I'll find a hack for it in Blender. Maybe, okay, this is a wild guess. Maybe Cinema 4D. Cinema 4D has some nifty like motion graphic-y stuff and the way that it handles like, I just feel like there might be a bit more flexibility and in the ordering of processes that might allow me to cheat some deformation stuff. Maybe. I don't know. Cinema 4D, Maya, or somebody made the plugin Mash for Maya that kind of copies Cinema 4D, and if it copies Cinema 4D, then I don't think Cinema 4D can do what I want. So maybe not that. Houdini would be a pretty good contender. Houdini has, you know, a very easy, very powerful, and very stable node workflow. So I might be able to dynamically insert clusters and joins here and there and keep the animation and keep the structures as they need to be, just like Maya. But that's Houdini. Who wants to buy Houdini for Match Move? So likely won't be Houdini. 3ds Max I don't know enough about at all. That's I don't know anything about 3ds Max. But I don't know if because Autodesk, if they share any similarities, maybe there's a chance that it might be able to do something. I'm not too sure. Right now, my biggest contender, and again, this isn't really based on much at all because just I would say Blender. Blender at least has some tracking built in. Blender is, for the most part, pretty stable. I would argue it's not the most stable. It's on multiple computers and systems, and there are some weird things I found that make it crash. And I've noticed a lot of people complain about crashing with it as well. But if you ask like a hardcore Blender user, they'll say it's the most stable thing in the world. I don't think so. I don't believe it. I don't know if I ever. I don't know. I typically don't like consulting a super hardcore fan of anything about something they're passionate about, because you're likely gonna get a non-answer. Like, there's a way. I'll figure it out. I don't know. Some people are just more blunt, and sometimes I've just never gotten an answer from. I've talked in a number of Blender communities, and they gave me weird answers, and like I don't know. It's just so weird. I don't know if it's opinion about software. I just don't want someone to be a super fan about it and then just say all the other software sucks. So that's the only part there. What was I talking about? I got into a tangent. What software would I use? Yeah, probably Blender. I'd probably find some dumb way in Blender to do it. I like how easy it is to insert joints and do some stuff with the rigging. It's pretty easy. It's fun. Blender makes everything fun. Blender is a very fun software. Jamal, I think all need now is clean up the paper from the video and then scan the paper and retexture that geo. You match move. Would he scan the paper and retexture it? I don't want to do that. I want to put a different image on it. Oh man, I've been drawing grease pencil everywhere. Yeah, the paper, it's not far off, because when you get the big areas out of the way, the other stuff in between will just kind of start to blend in faster and faster. So it's pretty close. It's just like a few more divisions and then little minor tweaks. You're right, Jamal. It's pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty close. Before I go, I do want to try something real quick, because I've been doing a lot of rendering in Blender. I'm kind of thinking that not on YouTube, or unless I make my own channel on YouTube or use my own channel on YouTube, not on the track page, because I don't want to do CG stuff on Track VFX. But I'm kind of thinking I want to start doing some texturing and rendering and stuff on stream. I don't know if anybody would care about that for me. But right now, while this is on, I just want to see what Cycles does. When I render this. So I do this, and okay. So I got this. Let's make a light. Grab scale. So I'm going to talk for a moment. I'm just going to turn on Cycles, and I'm going to see if it affects my streaming. Okay. All right, let's see if this breaks something. I just want to see. I'm gonna turn on my audio on the side just because I'm gonna talk for a moment, and then I'm gonna turn on the light, turn on the cycles render, and I want to see if it's gonna break up my sound, which it shouldn't break up the sound. If I want to see if it's gonna mess or degrade the stream quality, add a delay or something. So yeah, you know, the stream's kind of done. I'm just gonna mess around with this. So I don't know if you want to see it. It's up to you, but you're all welcome to take off if you want. I'm just gonna test this for like 2 minutes. All right, talking and audio on. Testing, stream, stream. Why did I say stream? So I'm gonna go here, rendered. There's no lights. Why didn't this go? I didn't set this to cycles. All right. Now, lights. All right. Now, that is so dim. Doesn't seem to be affecting things at the moment, or is it? Looks like it is. Doesn't seem to be affecting things at the moment, or is it? Looks like it is. Testing, testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Is it back yet? Has it caught up? Testing. Okay, so it looks like things have caught back up, and now I know. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Is it back yet? Has it caught up? All right, let me turn off that audio. Okay, cool. So now I know I gotta change my settings. I think I gotta swap over my Streamlabs to go off of my CPU because I think it's running off GPU at the moment, which, you know, Cycles is not agreeing with. So yeah, I'll mess with that. I don't know. I kind of want to play with this stuff in the future, and if anybody cares to see some of that, there is a lot of stuff that I do want to do in Blender, and I also want to do texturing in like Substance Painter, and maybe some really basic rigging stuff in the future, and just, I don't know, just stream it, see if anyone cares. Sound is fine, nice. Kirk's, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Kirk, good to see you. I remember you. I think you were in before a few times. 0 to 5 FPS tops. Yeah, that's pretty rough. I saw it there too. It was pretty bad. All right, cool. Well, that was it for my test, and I will continue on the paper maybe in the next couple of days or on the weekend. The streams will be back up here shortly, and I still have to put up a video on the main channel saying, hey, there's live streams on this channel if you want to jump over. Because yeah, it'd be nice to get some more of the people back. Alright, so yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and enjoy whatever part of the day it is wherever you reside. Good to see you two live. Oh, nice. All right, and I can't remember how to stop this. There we go. It's been a while. All right, see ya. There we go. Flawless. Mute mic.